هل تتخيل كم هي المدة التي ستعيشها إذا قمت بحبس أنفاسك واحتفظت بهذا الحمض المسمى ثاني أكسيد الكربون؟ احذر أن تدخل هذه الأحماض السامة إلى الأنسجة الداخلية وإلى أعضائك وإلى الغدد في جسمك.
إن البيئة الحامضية تؤجج الالتهابات في الجسم، مما يؤجج الأمراض الخطيرة في الجسم. إن معظم السرطانات ومعظم الأمراض المزمنة لا تعيش إلا في البيئات الحامضية. عندما يحدث فرط نمو لفطريات الكانديدا في جسمك، يضعف جهازك المناعي وتحدث لديك طفرة جينية وتتشكل الأورام بكل سهولة.
So when our body is too acidic at any of those levels, what's actually happening internally?
Internally, the body's trying to get rid of it. It's trying to buffer it. The body has to get rid of its own waste products. Could you imagine how long you would live if you were to hold your breath and hold in that acid called carbon dioxide? How long would you live? 3 to 4 minutes. You see, acid is very toxic, and the body has to get through. It has to eliminate these acids through the 4 channels of elimination. What are those? Respiration. We breathe out acid. We take in life-saving, life-giving oxygen. What's the others? Well, urination. You have to pee your way to health if you want to be healthy. If you're not peeing regularly and eliminating your waste products, then that acid's going to go into the connective tissues and into the fatty tissues. For a woman, that means breast cancer. For a man, it means prostate cancer. You don't want acids going into the connective tissues and into the organs and glands. So urination is very important. That's why we test the urine. The third elimination organ is the bowels. You should be eliminating the bowel at least 3 to 5 times a day. If you eat 3 to 5 times a day, you should have 3 to 5 times the eliminations. Most folks, especially children, are not eliminating regularly. In fact, they'll go for days without eliminating the bowel. This is a stage for acid buildup that can lead to an epidemic, which is around the world now, called type 1 diabetes. The fourth elimination organ is our pores. We have 3,500 pores per square inch, and these pores are openings that allow for gases. We smell those in the form of body odor, or liquid waste that are coming from the lymphatic system, out of our tissues, through the sweat glands. We remove waste products, which makes exercise so vitally important. And we must make time every day, at least 1 hour, to eliminate the acids that have built up in the connective tissues, including the muscles and the fatty tissues.
When we talk about diet, so many people that we talk to stress the importance of an alkaline diet. Do you subscribe to that, and is there a connection with that in Candida?
Sure, because basically an acidic environment equates to inflammation, which over time equates to disease. So what's acidic that we mainly do is we do excessive red meat, caffeine, sugar, alcohol, stress. Those are very acidic elements, and when you are acidic, you become inflamed. And so what we need to do is alkaline more, and we can do that through, my favorite thing is having more dark leafy greens. Whether you're juicing them, steaming them, sauteing them, get them down you. I really feel that the diet needs to be about 60% vegetables. Now, that doesn't mean raw. It can be different ways, because some people, their digestive tracts are so shot that they can't get away with doing raw foods initially. They have to do cooked, steamed, etc. So it starts with having more vegetable intake. And then you can do simple things. You can do raw apple cider vinegar, putting a tablespoon in some water every day and drinking that. You can do fresh squeezed lemon in warm water first thing when you get up in the morning. Breathing exercises. You know, it doesn't have to be as intense as we think it needs to be. I don't think you want to drink alkaline water all day, because particularly when you're eating, you need to have that acid to break down your food. So we're looking at more elements in ways to alkaline, but it really comes back to what's your diet like. And if you just start to get the junk out, the sugars and the processed foods and the fast foods, right there, you're alkalining the body. You start to manage stress, you're alkalining the body. You hydrate more, you're alkalining the body. So alkalinity is certainly very important, because most cancers, most chronic diseases live in an acidic environment.
Talk about that a little bit more and how Candida relates to cancer, and then tie in the alkaline part of things as well. How are they all connected?
I feel because Candida is a ubiquitous organism, meaning it lives everywhere, and it's so easy to get out of balance in this day and age, because we're all going to eat, junk food at times. We all have stress. We've all taken antibiotics or steroids. It's so easy to tip the scale, and so since Candida is in an overgrowth state in most people, it then goes undetected because no one is really educated about it, and the longer it goes on, it starts to chip away at the immune system. And as this immune system becomes weakened, you then set the stage to have, I think, genetic mutation, tumors forming. Now, there are theories. There's an Italian doctor that does feel that fungus is cancer. And Dr. Doug Kaufman, I feel that we're very much in sync in believing there's a very strong connection, because I don't think you can have cancer without having fungus. I think they go hand in hand. Can I say fungus is all cancer? I don't know, but there certainly is a very strong connection. And when you have both going on, you have an acidic environment. And the reality is that I think if we're using antifungal regimes with people that have cancer, we're going to see a lot more success. So I'm not skilled enough in cancer to give you the full technology breakdown of all that, but I will tell you that I believe it does go hand in hand.
We hear a lot about an alkaline diet. What constitutes an alkaline diet? What are we talking about when we say that?
Well, over 30 years ago, Shelley and I began this research on determining what foods are alkaline and what fluids are alkaline. And, see, my basic theory is, 1, that the human body is alkaline in its design, and 2, that all the functions of the body are acidic. In other words, breathing, eating, thinking could eventually kill us if we don't manage that alkaline design. We're born in an alkaline state. That's why babies smell so sweet. And when they start feeding babies food, then things start changing. Their systems become toxic from the foods and the liquids they're drinking. So we can change that. But this research now has been going on for 30 years plus, and what I've determined is specific foods that are alkalizing and blood building and non-congestive, high water content, because you can get a lot of your alkaline fluids and electrons to run your body from the foods you eat. And what I have found is this: the best foods for maintaining extraordinary health. And that pH, I've changed the acronym from potential of hydrogen to perfect health. So if you're seeking perfect health, then what you want to be doing is eating those foods that will maintain your alkalinity and help to build blood. So what are those foods? They're the green foods. They're green fruits. One of the best one is avocado. One of my favorite vegetables, leafy vegetables, is kale, but I also love spinach as well. When you go green, when you are clean, and when you move this direction and you start drinking alkaline water and you eliminate all the acidic foods that build up things like lactic acid or lactose or uric acid or sulfuric acid or nitric acid, you eliminate the beef and the chicken, the pork and the fish. When you eliminate the dairy products that are all high in acidity, and you move to a plant-based, organic, and now I've got to say this, raw and non-GMO'd diet,